All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform, where they're giving out back-to-back updates on how things they be, how things they show life of Biafran land and beyond. Yes, that is what we are here for. I see the hits now, so we go they give them straight to now. Yes, my people, the latest one also. I see the hot where now say Anambra as we they talk. Now them they give back to back blows right now. Yes, my people. The latest be say yes. CDS as Nigerian Army has clashed also with Biafra Liberation Army. There has also been an expose from the CDS in terrorism also in the north. My people, let us go into the details of this news without further ado. Yes, violent clashes erupted in Anambra State as the zoo army engaged in a fierce gun battle with the operatives of the Biafra Liberation Army, the armed wing of the Biafra Security Group. The confrontation comes amid new revelations by the Nigeria's Chief of Staff about the growing threat of terrorism in the north and underscoring the country's worsening security crisis. How these things would happen and you'd be blaming it on the southeast. My people, they actually shock people, they actually shock us saying that this kind of thing where Musa go wake up, they talk about anyhow. Okay, the clashes reportedly began when zoo soldiers launched an operation in Nnewi targeted B.L.A hideout. According to local sources, the operation turned into an all-out battle with heavy gunfire explosions rocking the area for hours. Witnesses claim that both sides sustained casualties, though the exact number remains unclear. Yes, and of course, this particular thing would always take place in the morning. People were running for safety, and many shops and houses were destroyed in the crossfire. My people, these people are making double ambushes towards the Biafra Liberation Army, as they have felt that at this point there has been a weak point, or there has been a weak link in the system, in the division, and that is why they have decided to hit hard on another level. That is what I feel. And this particular weak point or weak link they are seen, which is the division after the incarceration or the arrest of the PM Simon Ekpa, is one thing that is very, very heartbreaking, because I do not understand why one person, the PM, would be arrested, and then all of a sudden there are various divisions in the system, and the people wanting to end something that the PM has started, other people wanting to continue, and other people on a whole different agenda in the same system with Ngozi Orabueze and the rest of them. I come they think, I come they ask, are all these people not the people that settled under one Mr. PM Simon Ekpa? Why are they now all of a sudden doing like, it just shows that one way or another these people had their own thinking and had their own whatever efforts they wanted to do, whatever things they did were under control just because of the PM Simon Ekpa. And now it has turned into something that it has turned into something very, very terrible at this point. It is what we did not expect. And this is what the zoo government have come to find out, and they have used that opportunity to strike, because at this point you would find out that if there is a weak link somewhere in the division, it means that also in the system of the separatist war group and the army, which means there would also be an issue there. Maybe some of them would be supporting these other people, and then in that particular discord, it's where they want to be catching us unawares. That is just the system. And the zoo army have of course, they've claimed victory in the encounter, stating that they neutralized more Biafra Liberation Army operatives and recovered arms and ammunition. Of course, that is what they do, and it is looking like it is going to work out for them. But my people, I do not believe that this is going to work at all, because they are going to be in full-time trouble, because I do not understand the system of things and how everything is going to work out, because we as a people are going to remain jointed, because of course what they want is our fall. But one thing you can do is to kill a lot of people, but you cannot stop a mindset, an idea that has been brought up. You see, the CDS thinks that they can do anything and use whatever military artilleries or whatever it is to subdue the movement, but it is not possible. Yeah, we will always find a way to move up. He says here that while violence raged in Anambra, the Chief of Defense Staff General Musa Christopher revealed alarming details about the state of security in northern Nigeria. Speaking at a security summit, and they disclosed that the terrorist groups, including Boko Haram and ISWAP, have expanded their operations, targeting new critical infrastructure and recruiting new members at an alarming rate. But then, the most important thing to you is to come and be looking for people that are not even disturbing you in your own where you are from. Now, our own will be on a problem because you just don't want us to grow. You don't go talk about how una dey face more troubles with ISWAP and those, but yet the one that is more important to you is the one that is happening in the southeast, where you go they send troops upon troops when you never even solve your own problem. Actually they talk remove the wood that is in your eye before removing the other one that is in someone else's eye. And so they take talk am. Anyhow, my people, but you just understand, say these people no really get base, they no really understand anything where they happen, and you go shock them, say we go still stand gidigba. My people, you will do well to keep listening as we go into expansion, as you hear about the details of other things that have been going on. Thank you.
Nigerian military decided to send all the planes to just bomb indiscriminately anybody who was found in that region. And those scars are passed on in what is called transgenerational trauma. You don't even have to tell your child about this. It's the same thing that affects most African countries. You don't really need to tell your child, hate this person or hate this person, but the way you behave and the way you talk about these things and the tone with which you use, your children pick that, and then they grow up with that. They send it to their children and their children's children, and each generation comes forth understanding their history and knowing very well that we are the people who have been marginalized in a country where we are one of the most, we are creating profit. We're bringing GDP, one of the highest rates of GDP. We're bringing the largest group of intelligent people. We're bringing the largest group of talented people. And yet we are the people who are not benefiting from all this. And this crisis goes on in most of the countries that we are finding, in the African continent with protests currently like Amazonia and Ethiopia. If you bring in another angle of...
All right, please let me know if my voice is coming out clear now. Please let me know so we can continue. Very, very important. Let me know. If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section, my wonderful people of Biafra, and of course, lovers of freedom. Can you hear me? The very moment we went into the main point that has brought us here today, boom. Boom. Osetia. The very moment. Because that very chapter, or should I say page, that very page 27 was the straw that breaks the camel's back. That page 27, once I'm done with that page 27 this evening, those of you who have been confused all this while, we know your stand. Those of you who didn't know where you stand will definitely come to realization, will definitely know your stand. Once I'm done with the page 27, which I'm bringing back now, you all will know where you stand. So relax, calm down. One thing I will assure you, one thing I will promise you is that, listen, because I did not listen to any of them, any of these two groups fighting, I didn't listen to their personal and individual conversations. I wanted a meeting. I called for a meeting. They disappointed me. They all disappointed me. So I have to go and follow the Biafra law. Because we have a law already. We already have a law which they, all of them, all of them. Somebody say, please go back to page 26. Okay, fine. I will start from the ending part of page 20. Maybe that is where my voice, maybe I don't know if it was attack or what. And I also want to use this opportunity to announce that we are no longer, in fact, let me keep that one for now. We will get there later. We'll get there later. So I'm bringing it back to the screen. I am not in any way following anybody. Right? I am showing you where our Prime Minister stands. And wherever our Prime Minister stands, that is where I stand. And our Prime Minister cannot enact law and do otherwise. Something that has been signed into law of Biafra, which they all joined together to sign. Which all of them joined together and signed into law in Finland during the convention. So, in as much as that is where our Prime Minister stands, then I will have no problem standing there at the same time. Now, I'm going to continue with the ending part of the page 26 because someone has already asked me to go back to page 26. Probably that is where my voice stopped, coming out. Can you hear me? Please let me know in the comment section so that we'll continue immediately without wasting any further time. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? If my voice is coming out clear, let me know now so we continue. Very, very important. All right. So we'll continue now. Let us continue. Now, functions of BDFG. The sole function of Biafra Republic Government in Exile and Biafra de facto government is to carry out the mandate of the Biafra de facto government as stated in the Biafra Charter Authorization. BLGIE shall respect laws of host communities in furtherance of this mandate. BLGIE shall respect international laws dealing with self-determination and protection of human rights and rely in particular on the Geneva Convention's Protocol 2. BDFG will work with our peoples at home in Biafra territory and in Nigeria, cognizant of the state of Nigeria's occupational forces foisted over our people, to keep alive and project Biafra's sovereignty and independence in accordance with the mandate, and to mobilize. Now, pay attention. I want you to remember here because we are going into the next page. And to mobilize, right? To mobilize and do what again? Or one day about this evening. After this broadcast, now, and to mobilize from the other page. Now, this is page 27. Organize and manage our people for socio-political activism in order to carry out our resolve for self-determination. Now listen, and listen very, very attentively, my Biafran people. At all times, the functions of BLGIE and BLGH, Biafra Republic Government in Homeland, are to be well coordinated, harmonious, complementary, and seamless. Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria, the Biafra de facto government. Oh, now, this is where we are now. It says, following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria, the Biafra de facto government consisting of BLGIE and BLGH together shall form the nucleus of the transitional government of Biafra. Oh, should I explain it? Do you want me to explain it in Igbo language so that you will understand it? Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. It did not say following the redeclaration of Biafra in Finland. It said following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. The liberation. Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. The Biafra de facto government, consisting of B.L.G.I.E. and B.L.G.H. together, B.L.G.I.E. meaning Biafra Republic Government in exile, and B.L.G.H. Biafra Republic Government in homeland, together shall form the nucleus of transitional government of Biafra, which is exactly what the Prime Minister talked about. The conversation, the broadcast that I played for you before we entered into this very Biafra charter, where I will still play it again for you if you want, where our Prime Minister talked about transitional government when the recognition starts coming in. I hope you outline that. I hope you remember that. Now, this very Biafra charter, the Biafran law, says the Biafra Republic Government in exile and Biafra Republic Government in the homeland together shall form the nucleus of transitional government of Biafra. And remember, it says here, following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. Don't let these words confuse you. Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria. It never said following the declaration of Biafra in Finland. Following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria, the Biafra de facto government, consisting B.L.G.I. and B.L.G.H. together shall form the nucleus of the transitional government of Biafra. Do you know what it means? B.L.G.I.E., Biafra Republic Government in exile, together, when you all in exile must have come back home with all your offices. You have come, minister of this, minister of that, all of you will come back home after the liberation of Biafra, when the United Nations must have recognized our existence as a nation and our flag hosted high at the United Nations Geneva. Our flag hosted high, flying high in Geneva, United Nations. Then all of you who are serving under the Biafra Republic Government in exile will come back home with joy and gladness. Now meet all of us who are in de facto government in the homeland here. You all shall meet us here. We will all come together and then form the nucleus of transitional government of Biafra. Even na kowalogi bife delo na our own law. Not what I'm not talking just to talk, just for talking's sake. I am telling you what is written on our own law, that all of them signed on 20th of October 2023, where they all gather for the first convention in Finland. That is what I'm translating to you. That is what I'm reading for you. Shall form the nucleus of the transitional government of Biafra, known as TGB, under the direction of the peoples of the nation of Biafra, in order to conduct... oh my goodness me, my brain is busting. After this, if you want to go and read for yourself, I will allow you to go there, go and read. You can even read it online. I will send you the link if you want the link. Go there and read. It is under Biafra government, not under me. I do not control it. Now, under the direction of the peoples of the nation of Biafra, in order to conduct the governmental affairs of Biafra. Remember, guided by the Biafra Charter. Ona na fukwayo fumak, or do you want me to zoom it again? Ona cholo kan zoom kwayo ozok. Let me try. Not me. I am not the one saying. I am reading for you what the government of Biafra said. What the law of Biafra said. Not what I'm saying, not what I want. It is not what I want. We are following the rule of law. made available by the Biafran people that gathered to sign it into law, and supervised by the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njoko, signed into law. And since then, this very charter is what we have been following till now. It says, following the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria, the Biafra de facto government consisting of BLGI and BLGH together shall form the nucleus of the transitional government of Biafra TGB under the direction of the peoples of Biafra nation, of the peoples of the nation of Biafra, in order to conduct the governmental affairs of Biafra. By that time, we have not even started talking about dissolution or dissolving or whatever. No. This, according to the law, it says the Biafra government in exile will come back home and join the Biafra de facto government in the homeland together and form what is called the Transitional Government of Biafra, TGB, under the direction of the peoples of the nation of Biafra, in order to do what? In order, follow the mouse, in order to conduct the governmental affairs of Biafra, guided by the Biafra Charter, for a period not to exceed 4 years. Now, when the BLGIE, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, will merge together with the Biafra de facto government in the homeland to form what is called transitional government, then this transitional government will run the affairs of Biafra nation for a period not exceeding 4 years. That time, we have not even talked about the dissolution of the government. You cannot operate in a vacuum. You people don't make me mad. I am highly intelligent. I am too intelligent to be deceived with a mere rhetorics. I am extremely intelligent to be deceived with a mere rhetorics or propaganda. I pass that level. Before now, that the BLGIE will join the de facto government in the homeland to run the affairs of Biafra nation for a period not exceeding 4 years, and during which Biafra, follow the mouse now, during which Biafra puts formal structures in place to continue and to succeed as a nation under a permanent constitution of the nation of Biafra. I am reading and interpreting law for you, the Biafran law. And by now, we haven't even talked about the dissolution of the Biafra government in exile. You cannot dissolve the government in exile only for you to form another government in exile. Who does that? Who in his right senses will buy this shenanigan, this this idea that is flying all over the social media? Who in his right sense of mind will buy this shenanigan, this rubbish? You cannot operate in a vacuum. If you have issues with anybody, come, let us discuss it and find a way forward. If you think you cannot work with anybody, maybe that person is an obstacle to you, maybe that person cannot listen to you, come, let us discuss it. We'll find a better solution. You cannot operate in a vacuum. When you are going home this evening or this night or this afternoon, depending on your location, go home with this word that you cannot operate in a vacuum. The second word I want you to go home with is that you cannot dissolve a government in exile only for you to, produce or to form another government in exile again. What is your motive? How do you dissolve a government in exile and form another government in exile again? Do you want us to start deceiving ourselves? Biafra has been restored. Biafra has come. This government now is the one that will now run Biafra. Are you not in exile? Are you at home? You are not at home. The Biafra law, the Biafra charter is telling us that the Biafra government in exile will come back home and join the Biafra de facto government in the homeland to form what is called a transitional government and run the affairs of Biafra for no less than 4 years, during which Biafra puts formal structures in place to continue and to succeed as a nation under a permanent constitution of the nation of Biafra. Now, let us see the concluding part of it. This part will melt your heart. This same law of Biafra, signed into law on October 20th, 2023, said, the conduct of the Biafra de facto government shall at all times adhere to the basic principles and laws of the Biafra charter. This same charter, not another charter, this same charter. And then the term of BDFG, Biafra de facto government, shall last from now. The term, do you know the meaning of the term? Oh my goodness me. God in heaven is wonderful. The term, not the times, not times. The term, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, whatever. Tinubu is currently in his first term. Joe Biden is currently in his first term, which is almost expired, and then they will usher a way to a new president, Donald Trump. Now, the term of Biafra de facto government. Remember that BDFG is a house. That houses the Biafra de facto government in the homeland and the Biafra government in exile. Now, the term of BDFG shall last from now, October 20th, 2023, which is the day this charter was constituted and signed into law by all Biafrans who gathered in Finland from all walks of life during our first convention in October 2023. It says, the term that Biafra government will be in power, Biafra government in exile and Biafra government in the homeland, shall last from now, October 20th, 20. This is the final straw that breaks the camel's back. After now, you don't dare call me on phone and ask me again, Biafra, you know what is going on. After this very last part, the term of BDFG, which is Biafra government in exile and in the homeland, shall last from now, October 20th, 2023, until Biafra is fully liberated. Until Biafra is fully liberated from Nigerian occupation. Oh, God in heaven, I thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jehovah. Any other thing anybody is telling you outside this charter is a false and is concocted. It does not hold water and it can never ever stand. Any other thing anybody is doing or telling you outside this charter can never stand. Anybody telling you any other thing outside this Biafran charter can never ever stand, as far as I know. It's not even my power. God would disgrace anybody trying to pull this Biafra down or trying to stop the Biafra freedom. If you want to start your own thing, tell the entire Biafra that you have started your own thing. And don't come to deceive us with a mere rhetorics. It cannot happen. Or emotions. It cannot happen. Now, the term of BDF, let me take it again before we continue. The term of BDFG, which Biafra Republic government in exile and homeland, the time they will be in power, shall last from now, October 20th, 2023, until Biafra is fully liberated. It didn't say until we declare Biafra in 2024. He said until Biafra is fully liberated from Nigerian occupation. He did not say you are going to rule until Biafra is redeclared, on whether you declare it on 29th or on 29th October, or you declare it on 2nd of December, and then you will now dissolve. He did not say that. So anything you do outside this charter is treason, and you will pay dearly for it. You will pay dearly for it. I'm telling you, I swear you will pay dearly for it. Anything you do outside this constitution, you will pay for it. I'm telling you. Now, look at it here, until Biafra is fully liberated from Nigerian occupation, is Nigeria not occupying Biafra territory as I'm speaking to you right now? The answer is yes. They are occupying our territory because their military barracks are still here. Their police stations are still here. Their law courts are still here. Their airways is still under our roof. Their navy is here. Their air force is here. Their road safety is here. Their DSS are here. They are all here. We, the Biafran people, are still living under the occupation of Nigeria. So Biafra is not yet liberated. If we want to